besides the land over here. Okay. So we have a supply problem, obviously, here. And I think it's my fault because I disabled this one here. Because I didn't want to get all my ships sink. So now this should enable bring some supplies in, which will take maybe a week before it has any effect. It was really a mistake from my side. I didn't recall that I disabled this option, but I did. So now we're moving in here. I need the harbor, at least this one here. I'm not sure why they're landing in the wrong spot. I have no clue why. The problem is, well, I can now click maybe a few units to this side, but they need more time now. And we also can move in this one, you know, spread out a little bit, get a harbor on the top. Should have done that from the first, in the beginning. Always good to land in different sectors, not all in one sector at once. Ah, he stopped the attack. I knew it. Now he's moving forward here and here. He can do all the advance he wants on the left side. It's not helping him if I cut off his whole supply line. It's almost done. So it would be wonderful if I get the capital here to cut off the supply that is produced in this area, which is not much, but you know, every bit helps. Maybe it helps to get it running. Yeah, here's some garrisons defending it. There's no way I can successfully attack if there's someone defending it, but I'm landing in so many different spots that shouldn't be a problem. Just looking for the spies. I might need more spies soon. Just maybe keep it, no, not this one. Yeah, just a few. But now we are landed successfully and we move inward. I also could just go around and give it some counterattacks on the sides, but as you see there are rivers and I don't want to do that from the south. I maybe would do it from the top. Like here. So, since we are fresh, we go for a support attack. Now it's doing more damage, but this unit's the only one that would do real damage, so we need to wait actually it's in the reinforcement area, out of the reinforcement area. It would help to do it from the south too, but then there's still the river. So we're moving inland here, and we are advancing on all sides except the left flank. So now it's time to spread out our units a little bit. They're in a bad shape, but this should be true for the Japanese army as well, because I've beaten them time and again. So he tries to stop me here. I'm afraid. This army is in a good shape except for this one, and I don't move the headquarters and move in here. I can already feel how the lines are breaking in the Japanese army. Well, maybe not here. And this one is fresh enough, this one is beaten immediately, and this one should work too. So, what's going on here? Not going too well. I mean, garrisons, they're dig in, they're in a city, and I don't have the numbers. I might not get it because of the garrisons. The intercepting garrisons, they're not a problem at all. Yeah, we move just to the next harbor. I'm flexible. So we got this one here. Let's get the supply line, get him, and then we increase the corridor. Because we know this supply will come from somewhere here. I cannot check for 100% sure where the supply is coming. You can see the supply flow a little bit when you have a sight on the sector. So I can just give it a check right now, what's going on. Resource strength, supply. So what you normally can do is, yeah, that makes our own center, that's silly. You can check for the sector here, but you see you need to have sight on it. So this one I have sight, and here's no supply, which means that's most likely not a street they use for the supply. Normally they would use this one here, right? The landing supply here and here. And when they landed here, for example, it moved up this one, the shortest way, or the shortest way always. Since I conquered this sector, I assume the move it now, like, you know, around here a little bit. But without airplanes flying over the area, I cannot be sure for 100%. But I will cut off everything you see here. So we can stop the attack because it's silly to waste my units here. Now he will attack me from above. When he's ready, I will move him to the next harbor. By the way, my fleet was attacked again, but I was lucky, 1%. But my troops are all inland, so that's working. And they're moving up. So Garrison can do some stress here. I think I can actually use this unit now in to make more stress. Maybe I keep the headquarter here, and this headquarter move upward. And one here garrison so he cannot land behind me. Now he's thinking my transport that are moving into the harbors. It's part of the game. So it's a little thin here on this area. I moved already one corps inside and maybe I need another one. Let's see which one is ready. None is ready. Yeah, not getting easier here, I see. Yeah, nothing I can move in. I can just hope that the backline is now... I get the supply here, that's what I'm hoping for. Could use some supply myself. Some garrison attacks. Is there no unit here I can use for attack? I mean, it looks like we are not in the best shape, but the only sector you can attack from this one, so why not move in? Have fun. Yeah, he gets destroyed. Yeah, this will sink now all my transport. One by one, it will take him a lot of time. I believe one transport ship in this one here, where I can see this one. One counts as 10. So if I have 88 now, so which means it's 880, and you see he will sink one by one, but it will take him a lot of time to sink them all. And normally they won't intercept all of them. So even though he will sink and sink and sink again, some supply always comes through. I once tried to totally block one of these harbors. It never worked. Never. So now we are ready here to move in. So this one is most important to cut it off. Let's see. You need to go top, right? Get even the for the airplane. Well, actually, it would make sense to leave the airplane to him because airplanes, they take a lot of supply and fuel, which takes all your logistic capabilities. So if I leave the airplanes in the here, then he will actually take all the vital logistic capabilities from his infantry. But what I will do is I will cut off his supply line. That's the last harbor he has. So if I get this harbor, then everything is cut off. Then he gets only supplied from the top. Doesn't look too well. You don't want to attack here. Yeah, I need more troops on this side, as you can tell. So most likely get destroyed here. But my goal I still reached, right? I want to have a cut-off, and I will have a cut-off. So the press on here. How's that going? We are winning this fight, even though the numbers suggest otherwise. Now we have troops on this side. Let's see, can we move in here? Those units, oh no, we cannot. They're in bad shape, really bad shape. So, but this one is in a good shape. Let's see if we can move in this sector here. Nobody that can support, that's a little sad, but we don't need it. So, let's spread out a little bit. Now he's moving back big parts of his army, as you can tell. A name on it, Second Army. I just assume that the first army in the computer player is the best army. So it's maybe not top-notch on the left side. It's not going well here. Yeah, they get destroyed on the button, but it's keeping them keeping them busy. And you see, I have like the headquarter doesn't count. This is just one division militia, and I keep at least 5 different divisions occupied here. So that's really working for me. So also this one is totally annoying him, and here's the second cut-off going on, and here's the third cut-off going on, and the fourth. I'm pretty busy. Maybe we can go to the capital here, but it's not winning us the country, but it will still get all his resources. So if he's producing supply and fuel, and he has it stocked somewhere, it will be this place. So if I go and get this place, then I get all his resources, which means it's not available for the Japanese army here, and no harbor is available soon. which means they will all starve to death. Then the fighting will be pretty easy. And he's moving a lot of units and really fast back now. I love it. I love it a lot. So now it's time for a little attack, right? This one here. Even though I'm in pretty bad shape, he's dying too. So first core. What the hell? It's the headquarters so far down south. Huh? Where is... Huh? Okay. Don't like it. Ah, it's here. It's just the headquarters missing. I missed the headquarter. That's a little stupid, but yeah, that happens. With so many units, it happens. So, you're in a good shape too? Kind of. They're a little bit mixed up, the units. Well, it doesn't matter. Should do the trick. Yeah, we're losing a lot of our transport ships. A lot. And really fast. That's weird from the numbers, but I believe... I'm not sure if this changes one, but normally 1 counts for 10. But maybe it's because they're also using some other supply lines here. But they're dropping really, really fast, so we need to bring it to an end. I don't want to lose all my transport capabilities. I really won't. He's beaten, then you have your first connection, which means we can then start to stop this transport at least. Because then they can move it overland. Maybe we'll stop it at 50 transports to have, you know, just to get more supply in here. Yeah, here's more cutting off. By the way, the supply you conquer here, which is on the move, it's yours. They take it with them. Not all of them, but the stuff's their pockets, and the rest will be moved back to your harbor, from there back to your capital. So why are you stopping? Is there a reason why? We really want to go to the headquarters if we can. And this one, actually we want to go to the harbor. Yeah. But to get this one would be amazing. So if he can just delay this one and he can move straight to the capital, it would be amazing. I'm not sure if we need to move in this area. Maybe here. And maybe you can just beat the crap out of him. Let's increase the corridor. So then in pretty bad shape. What's going on here? This one is really fresh. Fresh units belong to the front, if you ask me. Need to be careful here because it's a narrow corridor. I mean, I already increased the size, but right now it's narrow, so it might be a problem to move all the supply in. Keep in mind, I have militia. If this would be infantry or even artillery mixed with infantry or even tanks, then those numbers here would totally screw you. You would be out of supply pretty soon. So it's just working these numbers because they're militia. And they're super efficient when it comes to supply. Reinforcement working. So they destroyed my division and my headquarter here. Not a big deal. The officer is dead, unfortunately, but it's war. That's what it is. I think they also destroyed the units on the south here, which is annoying. Okay. I'm not sure that's the fastest way. Let's move here. At least I want to have the headquarter to get all the resources, all the supply. And it's still a cut off. Because right now all the supply that's coming in here need to move like around it, which takes time. I think it's 1 sector per day to reroute it. Hindenburg disaster. That's sad. So, my fresh units are ready to cut into the heartland. The question is, do I move north or do I move east? He's moving north too. I want to reinforce this area here. I really want to, so I move east. But it's never wrong to get the river secured. And this one's right now a little bit tricky here with the river. Can I move the whole stuff on the top? But the reinforcements are already moving behind you, so you move here. And here we try to move over the water and at the same time along the water. Not sure if it's working, but it's flanking from behind, so this one is a weak unit already. It would be amazing if I can bring my troops behind the river here, so the Japanese army is trapped on the other side of the river. That would be really amazing. But with militia, I highly doubt it would work. It's not fast enough. I need maybe cavalry or even better light tanks for this kind of task. Oh, I tell me, when I play the Germs, there's so many more options. So many more options. But sometimes it's good to have some variety, maybe play the Chinese, just to try some different strategies. So, more ships, why not? No, what's this clicking here? Okay. Yeah, they're all moving back. They have enough from the mainland. They want to go back to their island. Home! So, I could intercept this one here with my stuff, but I mean they're 18 brigades, so I don't think I have any chance to win the fight. Still, it would be an intercept, you know, keep them occupied. Also give me some experience. But as I said, he can just retreat, and then we'll be even faster in the sector. But I get to it for the experience right now. So, pretty soon I will reach the sector, one of them at least will. And as you can see, well, he's moving crappy. And then they won't have any supply anymore. So let me see, if I reach this one, I still want the cut off. And I still don't want this one here, because as I said before, they will take all the fuel and supply. It's really amazing how much they can swallow. So this one doesn't work. Well, actually it does work. Always have a look on the units if they already have supply problems, but of course right now they should be able to supply themselves. But since they have so many troops in this area and they already have here logistic problems, it might start with the problems. It might start. But maybe it needs another month. So more troops doing some pretty nasty stuff to me, working. Take a break, move in. What's here going on? Okay. You're in a good condition, why not move top? Just check the other fronts, nothing happening. Moving on. Oh, we conquered the river side, the other river side. That's really a big advantage. As you can see, my whole army, it's stacking up behind the river. So it would be super easy to contain me here if he controls the river. But the Japanese army doesn't seem to recognize this advantage. I normally would redeploy my units behind the river, and then there's no chance for me to cross it with militia. But yeah, it's the computer, right? It's not a human player. So now I'm on the right side of the river, which means we can start to beat the crap out of them. And we also want to have some support from the other side. Never use too much support for this kind of task, because these units will just suffer a lot of casualties. And you just need one division to get the bonus. So this one, we move already on the other side. It's just wonderful. And since we have this big harbor here, and that's a big one, we are able to get all the supply in here that we want. Normally, when you move those big units on just this narrow corridor here, it would mean that supply need a long time to reach you. But we have the harbor here, and we already have supply here, so it will help from all the sides. We can, let me show you, when anyone sees the supply situation, it's always good to check this one here. Green one means there are big amount of supplies. So as you can see, the supply normally moves from my capital here, or my center, moves up the way here. And what's this one? Why is this receive supply? Not sure why this one is striped, but it's not a problem. It's big amounts of supply going north, but at the same time it goes over the water now. And well, actually they're doing it quite silly, as I see. They move it top to here, and from here to the harbor, and from here around. Which makes no sense, but you cannot control this one. But normally a harbor is really helpful. So, and now we're moving into his capital. There was one headquarter that kept me a little busy. This one keeps me busy. But pretty soon we have all the supply. Yeah, and they're moving up. And you see how many units they need to counter me. And I move already in big parts of my army. And that's really the fun part when you have your strategy working out. Maybe not as perfect as I wish to, but it's working. A little faster. Okay. Moving in. These units are ready, right? Yeah, so let's just move north then. There's no reason to stay here and do nothing. Yeah, and those units we move in here as well. By the time they arrive here, we should have conquered it. Nothing happening here. Oh, you're quite busy bombing, okay. For some weird reason, you always need to renew a ground attack, even so you place it on continuous. I don't know why that is. Come on, move in. One more day. 2 more days. I want to see when he moves in. Then I can check the numbers for the supply we stole. Come. You can also check here the numbers. I don't know. He's not moving in. It's like nothing is happening. So the problem is these numbers get updated as soon as this one gets to your capital. But some of the stuff you can check by clicking on the supply mode. So basically all the supply I've conquered here is the number you see here. So all the supply from this country that was in his pool is the numbers you see. 110 supply and 18 local fuel, which means 100% of supply almost comes from Japan itself, which means when I cut off this small things here, then it's done. There's no supply coming in anymore, which might be a big problem for him. And even now, there might not all the supply comes through because those countries here, I cannot see for 100% sure for these two, but this one has an infrastructure of 3, which doesn't let too much supply through. So it should already start affecting the army somehow. So, but we're still doing the cutoff here. I just think if I can get another landing going on, it would be fun to, oh, new units coming in, and more tanks and more elite infantry. It would be fun to land some units now behind his lines, but they're everywhere fleets, so there's no way I can land right now with these few ships on his island. Okay, so I think for today we had a lot of progress. I mean, we really moved in. We pushed the Japanese army. We cut off the supply line. Right now they get minimal supply. We might be able to cut off all of the supply lines, and they have no harbors left, so all the units in this area might starve over the time. That's a really good day. He's already going for the uncut, or what do you call it? Which is not a problem because I move more units in, then we just go for the next cut off and so on. And I think our next goal would be to increase the pressure on our cutoff here and make it that it's not open all the time. And the second goal here would be to get the capital points like this one here, so that there's no supply produced here, and they also have already all the cutoffs. So when you conquer the country, all the countries where no Japanese stand, there will be enemy territory for them, which means it's super easy to destroy encircled units in this case. We need to carefully prepare to get advantage of this situation, otherwise you just cut open to their homeland. And then the third goal is to destroy the whole damn Japanese army here, except for the few units that come from Korea, which most likely will be pushed back to Korea. And then the next stage, which will be maybe in 1 year, would be the invasion of Japan. One last look on our transports. Yeah, we're building a transport fleet. We're also building some industry, which we don't really need, but we had too much industry left. I think to make it work, we need more transports. Suicide transports, kamikaze transports. The Japanese should appreciate this part. Why I can't click start production? Huh? Normally the wouldn't stop you because you don't have industry to do so. Huh? Okay, not sure why I cannot start the production. Okay, check this next time. But that's enough for today. I hope you enjoyed my invasion, and you can write in the comments if you think it's successful, if you have better ideas. Maybe you have a strategy you see that I have overlooked, maybe some tactics I have overlooked. This situation right now, what would you do? Maybe write it down so we can discuss about it. It's always fun to discuss about strategies and tactics. And yeah, then hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.